it be update 9 of the H.M.S. Victory, me heart.
What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
Hi and welcome to update 9 of the H.M.S. Victory. So what I thought I would do was just give you a quick tutorial really on how I'm going to go about doing this. So because I've set the camera up I can't really show you. I'll just move it slightly and what we've got is some gloss Mod Podge watered down, so it's very runny, and we've got our little pieces of toilet tissue. So I'll put you back there and hopefully you'll be able to see this. So yeah, I'm just going to bob a little bit down here, get it into all the nooks and crannies of the piece. Make sure it's got a nice layer on there, and then we're going to take out a piece of tissue. I'll try not to block the camera too much, and we're just going to lay it in there like that. Then we're going to take some more glue and we're going to press it into position where we want it, and it's going to highlight all the little details that we've got. And it's just a case of repeating this process until you're happy with what you've got. As you can see, it does highlight everything that we've got, all the detail that we've got on there, which is great. And we'll probably do a few layers of tissue paper on top of this just to make sure that it's solid, and then once it's dried then we can do the painting process. So I'm going to go off camera guys, do a bit more of this and we'll be right back. So we've got all the tissue paper down now with the Mod Podge. Just waiting for this now to dry and then it'll be ready for paint. So yeah, we're looking good. It's going to take it a while to dry I think, because I did cake it on. So we'll be right back as soon as this is dried, and we'll start getting some paint down. What I think I'm going to use is, we've got some, oh I've got the wrong one, but NATO black, and then we've got sea blue, which is a fairly dark colour, and we've also got a medium blue as well for highlights, just on some of the high spots. So as soon as this is dried guys, we'll be right back and we'll start painting. After the painting's done and it's been glossed, we'll go in with the cotton wool and start doing some foam and what have you. So yeah, we'll be right back with that guys. And we're back guys. This guy has had like all night to dry, and still it's getting there, but it's still wet and I can't work on it just yet. But I went to my granddad's and I got loads of like pieces like this, and I thought, oh, I'll take them because I might be able to use them on something. And there is a floral pattern back here which I'm thinking about spraying this gold. And if you remember our makeshift poop deck on top, I thought that would look pretty nice mounted to that, sprayed gold, and then that will be on top like this. Because originally this piece of wood here would have a plaque on saying H.M.S. Victory, but I don't really need to do that because I've got all these here, the framework at the bottom. It's the wrong piece, but just to give you an idea. So when that's in, I can just put a plaque on this. So I might just do that. You just, you know, bit of eye candy, isn't it? So but until this guy dries, I can't really move on, which is really frustrating because I did want to get the sea painted today, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So I'm going to leave this a bit longer to set up, and then I'm going to come back and then we'll get on with the painting. I think some of it, no, not even some of it. I mean, I did cake it on, but I mean, I wanted it a good to set up really good, so we'll just have to wait for that, I think, guys. But yeah, everything's good. We'll be right back as soon as it has dried and we can start painting it, which might be a couple of days. See you in a bit. So I took that piece that we got from my granddad's, and I did it with this one at first, just a normal rattle can, metallic gold, but it was really that dark and I didn't like it. So I took some miniature paints, bright gold, and shot it with that, but I'm not entirely sure on whether I like it. See if we install it something. I'll just move this rubbish out of the way. Yeah, if we install it on the base like that, perhaps. But yeah, I've got this bit as well, which I quite like. I'm thinking maybe that on the top somewhere, like that. If we get our little poop deck thing. So I was in two minds, you see, whether to use this bit and actually mount it to that like that. See, it looks pretty nice, I do like it. Or maybe have this in the middle like that. Also, what I think I'm going to do is shave these corners off and maybe have them coming, round them off a bit, so they're just coming down like this. Get rid of that harsh corner. But yeah, that's the gold that I used. Bright gold. MP paints. I also have these bits as well, which I wouldn't mind using, but I'm just not sure. I don't want to overdress it, you see. Have something like that, but I don't really like that. But yeah, we're still waiting for this to set up. It is almost there. It's just a bit clammy, but I think it's getting there, so hopefully by another day that should be dried. But I'm still cracking on with the Shelby over there. But yeah, that'll do for this segment, guys. I think what I'm going to do is get some Scorpion brass, which is this stuff here. Now this paint I think has actually gone off, but I'm going to get some more of that and get it looking more like brass. I don't want it to be brass because otherwise it's going to have to be cleaned. I'd rather just paint it brass and then clear coat it and its job's done. I'm just lazy. But yeah, they're the pieces so far. It would be nice just to get like a name plaque and put a little brass plaque just to put on that. But then there's that as well, I don't know. Anyway, my phone's going, so I'll catch you in the next bit, guys. See you in a bit. And we're back. Yeah, we got some paint down at last. I just used the Tamiya Sea Blue, and there's also NATO Black in patches. It's still a bit shiny because it's wet still. But this is like gonna be like a nightscape, if you like. So I didn't want any bright colours on it, apart from copying the background colours and replicating that on the ocean. So I've got some just some Humbrol 24, which is basically a mustard yellow. It's not very nice, but it's going to look good, I think, if I get in behind there and just follow the line of light, and also bring some around here and maybe just do the high spots. And then I need to go over, I think I'll probably use like dark sea grey or something and just highlight some of these leading edges here. And then I'm going to gloss coat the whole thing, and depending on how it looks, I might even put some resin down on this just so there's a distinction between the ship and the actual water itself, because obviously the water needs to look wetter than the ship. So I may have to resort to putting some clear cast resin down on this as well, but I'll need to do all my colours first and all that good stuff. But anyway, we've finally got some colour down, which is fantastic. It's taken like 6 days for this to all set up, so the paint's drying now, so that's good. And then I can start layering down some more colour. So we'll be right back, guys, as soon as I've got some more colour down on this guy. See ya. And we're back. So yeah, I've gone in and I've dry brushed some medium blue. Sorry for the light, it's getting a bit dark in here, so I just wanted to illuminate it a bit. And I put a gloss coat on. I'll just move the lights, but then again, you can see it's shiny. But at the moment, it kind of reminds me of just shiny rock. Because I wanted it to be at night, but the way it's looking at the moment, it kind of looks like shiny rock. But it's all had a good covering of gloss. So I'm thinking the way to go is probably resin. It'll certainly look like water then. I didn't want to do any light blues on it. I want it fairly dark looking, so when the lightning comes, it's going to pick out all this little all the details in the ripples and little waves that I've got going on there and there. So I think resin might be the way to go. I'm going to leave this overnight, let it set up and cure fully. But yeah, I think resin's the way to go. I spoke to Richard about the FX board. He says next week he should have one built up, so hopefully by next week we should have that and we can get that installed. But I like it, I like the look of it. I mean, this display is really going to come to life at night time, really. Through day it's going to look a bit like dark and dingy, but once night comes and you've got the flickering LEDs on the inside going, and obviously you've got the thunder and lightning going, I think it'll really take shape. I'm just trying to think ahead of what it's going to look like when it's finished. But yeah, it's highlighted all the little details there. I'll just move the light aside. Let's have a bird's eye view. Yeah, it's highlighted all the little waves and that, so that's good. I like that. But yeah, I think definitely resin, I think. And then I'll just brush the resin on into all the nuts and crannies. After all that's done, we'll take our cotton wool and start doing our foaming just at the side of the ship and pick out a few details down here. And I've done a little wave just on the back to incorporate that picture with the display itself, so I might increase that in size and bring the whole picture into the display rather than being a background piece. But yeah, happy with the progress. Looks good, I'm liking it. Yeah, I've lost my train of thought, never mind. We'll be right back, guys. Yeah, so I think we're going to call it on this one, guys. Yeah, I think the next update will definitely be the FX board. We'll get that installed, and I'll get some resin down maybe on Sunday, maybe. If not, Monday, Tuesday, and give that chance to set up. But yeah, I'm happy with the progress. I'm glad we're back on this. I'm glad the Mustang's done. So yeah, catch me in the next one, guys. See you later. Bye.
What will we do do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor? What will we do with the drunken sailor early in the morning? Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
Shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor, shave his belly with a rusty razor early in the morning.
Way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises early in the morning.
We'll put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober, put him in a longboat till he's sober early in the